so pleased to be joined by, the true star of Clarksons Farm, Kaleb Cooper here on Get Radio Breakfast. Kaleb, thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, pleasure.
So first and foremost, we're here at the Chippy Norton School, the Festival of Rugby here today. This is where you were educated up until 16. Is it still weird coming back here? Because I know you do a lot sort of with the community and what have you around Chippy Norton. Is it strange coming back?
I'm Chippy Norton born and bred, so I was born in Chippy Norton, and I'm sure everyone's seen the second series of Clarksons Farm where I say my son was born in Oxford and I called him a foreigner because all my family are born in Chippy Norton. I wouldn't say it's weird because I know everyone in Chippy Norton. When I walk down the street, it's not like we're having selfies or pictures. I'm just chatting about family. How's your nan? How's your mum? How's your gramp? Everyone. It's a community, isn't it? And everyone just gets along, which is amazing. That's what's probably the one thing I like about Chippy Norton the most.
Yeah, it seems like a massive one thing that we've taken from Clarksons Farm. Two words that come out of it is local and community.
Yeah.
And you do embody that. Not sort of setting foot too far outside of the Banbury area, really. Otherwise, you're getting a nosebleed. Which is amazing and wonderful stuff. Speaking of coming back to school, I know when I kind of go back to sort of my school and area, you see teachers that were your favourites, that weren't your favourites, and everyone. Is there anyone you sort of see and you avoid? Is there anyone that you see and go, sorry about doing this? Or
that's a tricky question. The weather's lovely today, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It really is. It really is.
No, I went back to my primary school to say goodbye to my old head teacher, Mrs. Barnes. Her name was. Big shout out to Mrs. Barnes. And that was very weird because from a very young age, you're like, the head teacher's the boss. As you go, if you're going to the head teacher's room, you've done something wrong. Do you know that room very well? No, I'm always a good boy. Always be good, always. I did a speech for her retirement party, and that was very weird.
Yeah.
Because from a very young age, I was there all the way through, and then I went to top school. And to be honest with you, I didn't enjoy top school. But just remember, kids. Go to school.
Stay in school, kids. Stay in school.
Everything. I'm a firm believer. Everything happened for a reason.
Mm.
And I haven't yet been back to Chippy Norton School and done a walk round. I don't know if I want to because, from a very young age, when I started secondary school, I wanted to go into farming. I learned more on the farm than I did at school because that's the type of person I am.
Yeah.
I'm a hands-on learner.
Yeah.
It done me well. Look where I am today.
Yeah, you're not doing too bad, are you? I've seen one or two people want to sort of a couple of photographs and stuff.
One or two.
But in terms of sport, I want to sort of tap into that. Of course, we're here at the Rugby Festival today. You were at school till 16 here. Sport. What were you? Were you a rugby man? Were you a football man? Did you enjoy the sporting side?
If anyone's read my book, The World According to Kaleb, is I'm a football man.
Yeah.
I don't do rugby.
You said that really quietly at a rugby festival. That's brilliant.
A little bit quiet. No, I'm a football man, to be honest with you. I played at Greystones. I played on these pitches here from a very young age. If you Google Kaleb Cooper, I was a goalkeeper. Chippy Norton Town Swifts. Big up the Chippy Norton Town Swift, by the way. The thing I like about football, for me anyway, rugby hurts. It hurts. It just hurt.
Even at this age, here with the under 10s and under 11s, there's some big tackles going in.
I won't want to be on the pitch with them. Look at them all. Look at them. They're strong 11-year-olds.
They're terrifying, aren't they?
Yeah.
They really are.
I was a football man, but I like watching rugby. I just don't like playing it.
No, of course.
And as a farmer, I think that's weird because the majority of farmers are rugby players.
Yeah.
Because they're just built different.
That's it. So, it's a local thing. In terms of the success of the first two series of Clarksons Farm, have you ever at one stage been surprised by that? Do you still pinch yourself? Gathering, a massive crowd here, people taking selfies, people chatting to you just like us and what have you. Yeah. Has it sunk in yet?
I wouldn't say it's really sunk in. At the start, it was a little bit like, whoa, what's going on? It's a bit strange.
Yeah.
But the thing that I have in my head is if I can inspire a young kid to go out there. I started my business at 13.
Yeah.
If I can inspire a young kid to go, actually, I want to go into farming. I want to get out there and start a business at a young age.
Yeah.
So, typically you can go home from school, sit on the sofa, do nothing. Why do that when you can go out there and earn a few bob?
Yeah. It's amazing.
I bought my first tractor at 15 years old, £5,500 I paid
at
15. And, if I can inspire a young kid to go out there and go, actually, I want to choose what I want to do at a very early age and have an ambition. And I always remember, my thing in my head that's stuck all the time is dreams don't work unless you do. That's a mic drop situation.
That is a beautiful one. I was going to ask you there's a couple more questions I just want to ask you quickly because I know you've got lots of things to do. First and foremost, in terms of farming, this might be a bit of a loaded question. If you could wake up tomorrow morning and one thing about farming would have changed for the better Is there one particular thing? I know that's a massive question with lots behind it. Is there something that you go, do you know what? If that changed tomorrow, it'd be a better place for farming.
The cost of everything, I think, is probably the one thing. I mean, the cost of farming is an extreme. You know, you get 300 acres of wheat, for example. You've got to spend nearly £100,000 to get it in the ground and get it growing before you even make any money back, and you've got to rely on the weather to get you there. So maybe, actually, to be fair, the weather.
You just changed your weather.
If I can control the weather, I'll be happy. I won't even look at my phone. I won't need to have to worry about the wind speed, the wind direction.
To be honest, your trajectory, you're probably that close away from controlling weather now, so you'll be fine.
I don't know.
The last thing is an apology, and it's not from me, actually. It's from my wife. Last year at Big Feastival, quite late, we ended up stood next to you, and she drunkenly kind of went, "Oh my God, it's Kaleb Cooper. I can't believe it. I'm going to ask for a photo." And I went, "Please be a bit cool about this. Please just don't embarrass us." So I wanted to apologise on behalf of my wife.
I don't need to apologise.
For coming up
I'm
to you.
probably very drunk. I don't remember that.
Oh, good. I just wanted to double check that we're both on the same page. So that's great. Kaleb Cooper, the real star of Clarksons Farm. Thanks so much for joining us on Get Radio.
Thank you very much.
Cheers for that, Kaleb.
Music, info you can use, like weather and traffic and all the latest news. Get up with Rich Smith and drive home with Trev, and we're helping local businesses to be the very best. Coming out of Ensham to all of Oxfordshire on DAB.